Alright guys, so we're here in the Webull account, and I just kind of wanted to give you guys an update since the last video where I was talking about the blockchain stocks. So as you can see, they're all still in the green. As you can see, I did sell some. Oop, didn't mean to do that. So I'll just go ahead and, show you guys what I sold. So the Mara, I ended up selling at 71 cents. And I guess that's pretty much all I really sold. The GSL, I sold it as well, but that wasn't a blockchain stock. That was just one that I had. So let me find where I bought Mara. Okay, so as you can see, I bought Mara at 58 cents, and today I sold it at 71, which I actually should have held it because now it's well over 76 cents. Let me go ahead and look at that actually on my Thinkorswim platform. And actually, speaking of Thinkorswim, later today I'm actually going to do a video on Thinkorswim and show you guys kind of how I set mine up. So, just in case some of you guys might be new to Thinkorswim and don't really know a good optimal, way to set it up, I'll show you guys how I personally like mine. All right, so anyways, yeah, so that's pretty much what I've been going on. I'm just holding the rest of these. They have earnings coming up, so I'm kind of just wanting to hold them for their earnings and, kind of see what happens. But I'm feeling pretty comfortable holding them. So, as you can see, I did make a decent amount of money from my last video. I don't remember exactly where I was at whenever I made that video. I think around 450. So, today and Friday, between those 2 days, I made about $40. So, that's not the best in the world, but, I'm still holding these. And as you can see, I just have buying power just sitting there as well. I don't know what I want to spend that on yet. So, obviously, if that was invested, I could have, a little bit more gains. But I'm waiting until I find something that I just really want to put that money into. So, yeah. All right, so I'll go ahead and show you my Robinhood now. Nothing really has changed much on there. All right, so as you can see, I'm up for the day by a little bit, but not as much as I was earlier today, just by a little bit. But so you can just see at this is the point to where I was at the highest, obviously, and I had all them bad option calls that I put in, and so I lost a lot on that. But so I'm just looking at regaining that now, and so anyways, I'll go ahead and just show you guys that. So you would think I learned my lesson about the calls, but as you can see, apparently I didn't because I bought more. Most of them have a lot longer expiration date than the ones I bought before, though. So on my stocks, pretty much holding the same type of stuff over on this account as well. I'm mainly going for earnings right now. Just kind of want to see, what happens. This is my first year on the stock market, so I don't really know exactly how all the earnings play out. So I'm just kind of testing things out. And at this point, I'm pretty comfortable with most of my positions because, I'll just go ahead and show you. Hive, it actually already had its earnings, but they had really great earnings that surpassed all the records. I don't know why this stock hasn't been getting more attention, but it's also, a company that, has a lot of utilization and it has it's not a small company. I actually went to their website and they service many, many, many universities. Like I was going through the list and I didn't even get through all the whole thing. So as you can see, the expected EPS was 0.01 and they got 0.03. But the stock didn't even move on the day that happened. So one thing that I will point out is Hive. Um, I think it does have a pretty big amount of institutional investors, if I remember correctly. But so anyways, yeah, you can see my average cost. I'm just right, pretty much even on this one. NETE. This one, I think it's gonna do something pretty cool. I purchased it at 492. I only have 7 shares, but I'm up 14% on that, and I'm just gonna keep holding it because it also has earnings coming up pretty soon. And one thing cool about this one is they've gotten into um, like payments for um, cannabis related sectors. So, they're getting a pretty good amount of attention. And so they definitely have some pretty good opportunities in front of them. AMRH, I've been holding this for a little while now. I'm up by 20% on it, but I'm waiting on it to go up more. I'd like to hold it until around 50 cents, and I do think that it's going to go to that point. If we just go ahead and look at it on the last month, we can tell there's a really big sell-off in October, and as we know, October was a really bad month for a lot of stocks, and this was one of them. So hopefully it recovers nicely, and I think it will. And it also has earnings coming up, so um, I like what the company's about. I like what they do, and so this is another one that I'll just be kind of holding on to until it hits my price range. Rewalk, it's robotics. I bought it for the earnings. I'm down by just a little bit on it. 67 cents, no big deal. But it also has earnings coming up, so as you can see, they've been performing, better and better each year or each quarter on their earnings. So I'm hoping that they'll continue that pattern, and this stock might get a pretty decent little bump off of it. MOSY. I definitely should have bought more of this one, and I knew that it was going to do this. But I'm up by 20% on this one as well. I bought in at 25.9. And so I'm going to continue to hold this one as well. It has earnings coming up. And as you can see, it also has a history of, improving over each quarter. And so as we can see from just 2017, it's came a long ways. So, if it continues that leverage, this stock could definitely expand. And I do like, they're in the networking, and all that. And that's what's really going to be coming into use in the near future. So I think they also have a lot of opportunity. If this stock even goes back up to 80 cents, I'll be happy, which, it probably, you know, so we'll just see what happens on the earnings. But, you can see at one point this stock, actually traded a lot higher. So we'll just see what happens. But I'm pretty excited about that. HSGX, it's a health company. I bought this one because last time it was at this range, it went around to the 90 cents area, and I was in on that. And whenever I seen that it dropped back down to 55 cents, I just couldn't help but to buy back in, just because I've seen what this stock has done, and it's a pretty, you know, oh, and it also has earnings coming up soon, so we'll see how the earnings go. But this stock has performed pretty well up until just here recently. As you can tell, there's just a big sell-off, and I think it was something to do with one of their programs got canceled. But they have a patent in right now, and if that goes through, this company will definitely get a nice boost off of that. And then I have this NXTD, of course, low battery. So the NXTD, I'm not sure if I can actually sell this or not. Well, I mean, I know I can, but they're doing a spin-off to where if you were an owner of this stock by October 15th or before, um, whenever they do this, you will also have stocks of a company that they're spinning off called FitPay. And so I'm really excited about that. I've looked into the FitPay company. I really like what they are about. I like their business structure, and I think they have huge opportunity. And so I definitely want to make sure I get those. So I have not sold any of these ever since I found that out. I'm just holding them. I did hear that I could actually sell them now, since I did own them on the October 15th date, that I could still sell them right now and still retain those shares whenever that happens. But that's not for sure. That's just something that I heard from someone. So I definitely don't want to risk that. So I'm just going to continue to hold it, and I'm not going to sell it until I have those other shares. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've had going on. Um, I hope you guys had a pretty interesting day. I can't say today was bad. I just didn't make a whole lot. My stocks didn't move that much. I'm waiting on, the earnings, so it's pretty much a waiting game for me. I did go up instead of down, so anytime we go up rather than down, we can't complain. Even if it's only by 2% like I did today, yeah, that's not really making much money, but it's a step in the right direction compared to losing money. So, and I've been on both sides of the field, and it definitely feels a lot better when your money's going up compared to it going down. So I know that's definitely something all you guys can relate to, because due to the nature of the stock market, that's just how it goes. That's part of the game, and we just got to remember not to get discouraged and not to let it make us make bad decisions. We just got to maintain our focus and continue to go by our strategy. And each of us have our own strategies and the way that we invest. And so we all have different tolerance levels. Some of us might sell sooner than others. Some of us might be holders. Each of us trade our own way. But the important thing is just some days some days you're going to lose, and that's just natural. You can't win every single day of every year, so that's just something to take into account, and you can always learn from your losses. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get to the end of this video. But I am going to, like I said in the beginning of this video, I'm going to make a short video later on today, just showing Thinkorswim and just how I set it up. You guys might already have your own way that you like to set it up, or you might have some better ways than I do. It's just the way that I set it up, and I just like the way I have it. So, anyways, hopefully you guys will find that useful. And anyways, yeah, have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.